It's always been a dream of mine to host SNL, and that dream came true last year when I did it. So honestly, this time it's really just for the paycheck.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 best SNL hosts of the century so far.
That's right, Spicy's back, Sarah's out.
Will, just do the monologue.
No, the monologue is terrible. But tonight, finally, it's the Paul Rudd Show.
For this list, we're looking at guest hosts who have left the most significant marks on Saturday Night Live since the year 2000. Who's your favorite SNL host? Let us know in the comments. Number 20, Zach Galifianakis.
It's great to be back hosting Saturday Night Live. Oh, what's that? I've never hosted.
Galifianakis auditioned to become an SNL cast member in 1999. While he didn't make the cut, Galifianakis did land a gig as an SNL writer, which lasted for only 2 weeks. About a decade after his brief SNL stint, Galifianakis hit the big time with his scene-stealing work in The Hangover. Now in high demand, Galifianakis returned to host SNL 3 times, earning an Emmy nomination in the process. As a host, Galifianakis' signature offbeat awkwardness is on full display, especially during his monologues.
I went to my high school reunion not too long ago, and it was very weird because I was homeschooled.
SNL has also given Galifianakis a chance to show off his musical talents, playing the piano and channeling his inner little orphan Annie. Also, few hosts have donned a wider wardrobe of ridiculous costumes, from a dragon to an M&M.
You were certainly the recipient of some of my low moments in that 3-hour shift.
Number 19, Ryan Gosling.
I mean, I haven't felt this excited since I saved Jazz.
While best known for his dramatic roles, Ryan Gosling has showcased strong comedic chops in Lars and the Real Girl, The Nice Guys, and his 2 times hosting SNL. As if he wasn't versatile enough, Gosling is also a gifted singer and musician, even if he didn't save Jazz. During his SNL appearances, Gosling has played a man obsessed with papyrus font and an adult who still firmly believes in Santa Claus.
Do you think that me and my baby aren't good enough to meet Santa? Said it? Is that what you think?
As silly as all that sounds, what makes these sketches so funny is how seriously and intensely Gosling approaches the roles. Although Gosling frequently plays cool, straight-faced characters, he couldn't help but crack up during the infamous Close Encounter sketch. Of course, if anyone can make character breaking look cool, it's Gosling.
He's crying. Was carried down gently in a cradle of light, placed into a soft bed of wildflowers.
Yeah.
Number 18, Emma Stone.
I just want to say to all the 14-year-old girls out there, drop out of school and move to LA because it always works out.
From one La La Land star to another, Emma Stone is married to SNL segment director Dave McCary. But before they tied the knot in 2020, the Oscar-winning actress hosted 4 times over the course of 10 years. The SNL writers have drawn inspiration from the movies that made Stone a star, including Superbad and The Amazing Spider-Man.
I think it might be a little late to get the part of Spider-Man, though.
It's never too late for Spider-Man.
They've also taken full advantage of Stone's musical background in sketches like I Broke My Arm and The Christmas Candle.
The one true candle, the candle we all get then give away.
In a sketch called The Actress, Stone plays a struggling performer who takes a bit part in an adult film. And she is determined to bring depth to her character. Likewise, Stone always goes above and beyond on SNL, no matter who she's playing.
Jared. I forgive you.
Number 17, Paul Rudd.
But tonight, finally, it's the Paul Rudd Show.
The world knows him as Ant-Man, but on SNL, Paul Rudd's most memorable character is Austin Vogelcheck. Although Austin seems like an average Joe, his family can get a little too close for comfort. As uncomfortable as the Kissing Family sketches can get, Rudd remains his usual charming, composed self throughout. Rudd's other personalities include a loudmouthed pizza boy, an avid Showtime subscriber, and multiple characters in White Christmas. Rudd even reunited with his Anchorman news team in 2013. Will Ferrell, Dave Koechner, and Steve Carell joined Rudd, as well as One Direction, for a rendition of Afternoon Delight.
Afternoon Delight. Now we are 9 Direction.
Ferrell and Keckner would stick around to grab a drink with Rudd, Taron Killam, and Kenan Thompson at Chuck E. Cheese.
Brasky's colonoscopy tape got higher ratings than How I Met Your Mother.
Number 16, John Mulaney.
To be hosting here is just surreal. I mean, I used to write monologues for the host. Now I'm up here, I get to give the monologue.
Although he was never a cast member, John Mulaney served as a writer on SNL for 4 years. During that time, he made many contributions to Weekend Update, most notably co-creating Stefan with Bill Hader. Since leaving SNL, Mulaney has returned to host 4 times, scoring a Guest Acting Emmy nomination in 2019. Mulaney typically kicks things off with his stand-up, as that is his area of expertise.
So this gazebo was built by the town in 1863. That's in the middle of the Civil War. And they built a gazebo.
When he hosted for the first time in 2018, Mulaney was given the opportunity to dig up an old sketch that had been rejected during his days on the writing staff. Diner Lobster. The bizarre musical sketch became an unlikely fan favorite, inspiring more Broadway parodies that'd take Mulaney to a bodega bathroom, the airport, and a souvenir shop fitting room.
Sure, we have a fitting room. Hey, Times Square minion!
Number 15, Will Ferrell.
Hi! Why would I say that in front of Ryan Reynolds? You would never mess up like that, would you?
Can you just pretend I'm not here?
No way. It's too late. I'm locked in.
For 7 years, Will Ferrell was arguably the MVP on SNL, breathing new life into the struggling sketch series. Ferrell was missed when he left in 2002, but he'd go on to join the Five Timers Club. Ferrell brings his trademark over-the-top energy to every monologue, whether he's paying tribute to mothers, showing off his dramatic side, or getting starstruck by Ryan Reynolds. Unfortunately, Ferrell forgot all about his tenure at SNL following a head injury.
Just now, while I was doing my quick change back there, I hit my head on a steel beam so hard, I heard a crack, and then a whoosh of wind. And after that, I can't remember a thing.
It'll take more than a steel beam, however, to make us forget about Ferrell's most memorable SNL moments. Hosting has allowed Ferrell to revisit some of his best impressions. He returned to Celebrity Jeopardy as Alex Trebek, and in 2018, addressed the nation again as George W. Bush.
A lot of people are saying, man, I wish George W. Bush was still our president right about now. So I just wanted to address my fellow Americans tonight and remind you guys that I was really bad.
Number 14, Kristen Wiig.
This is Butternut. Butternut is a master of psychological manipulation.
Throughout her 7 years as a cast member, Kristen Wiig racked up 4 Emmy nominations. Wiig would later add 2 more nominations to her resume for hosting SNL. Wiig's hosting appearances are not only hilarious, but educational as well. Who knew that Ben Franklin and Vikings were at the first Thanksgiving? That same episode saw the return of Sue the Surprise Lady, whose excitement for a Thanksgiving reunion cannot be contained.
It's a surprise! And there's a plan? She doesn't know it?
Wiig notably hosted the finale of Saturday Night Live at Home, which aired during the pandemic. With her monologue, Wiig brought her unmatched eccentricity while also working in a few sincere words.
I don't know if I truly appreciated my mom the first 45 years of my life. But this year I'm feeling especially grateful.
Her screen time that night wasn't limited to the opening, as Wiig gave some helpful hair tips to everyone else in quarantine. Number 13, Bill Hader.
Whoa, I am so nervous. That is not a joke. I am so nervous.
Alongside Wiig, Bill Hader joined SNL in 2005 and quickly established himself as a comedic force. He received 2 Emmy nominations as a cast member and 2 more when he came back to host. The first time, Hader got to fulfill his dream of singing on SNL with some backup from Wiig and Harvey Fierstein.
So let's go, 'cause it's Saturday. Oh yeah, it's Saturday. Oh yeah, it's Saturday night.
The second time around, he resurrected a few classic characters. Hader was so eager to get back onto the Californian set that he changed into his Devon outfit mid-monologue. Stefan returned to Weekend Update, and once again, Hader had a hard time concealing his laughter. Hader's knack for celebrity impersonations was put to effective use as well, inserting Alan Alda, Al Pacino, and Clint Eastwood into Jurassic Park.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Number 12, Melissa McCarthy.
Never in my wildest dreams did I ever expect to host a show 5 times.
Melissa McCarthy has appeared on SNL so many times that it's easy to forget that she was never a regular. She's hosted 5 times and has repeatedly popped up as former White House press secretary Sean Spicer.
That's right, Spicy's back, Sarah's out. Let's do this.
Every time she's hosted, McCarthy has been nominated for a Guest Acting Emmy, winning once in 2017. It was McCarthy's iconic turn as Spicer that arguably got her the gold, but that's far from her only memorable contribution. As is the case with her film roles, McCarthy throws herself into every sketch, sometimes quite literally. Her powerful line delivery, physical comedy expertise, and willingness to go all out make McCarthy a natural fit for the SNL stage. Our only complaint is that Supermarket Spree was cut for time.
Boy, Paget now taking Melanie's personal items for herself.
What are you doing?
Paget showing no mercy.
Number 11, John Goodman.
This is my 13th time hosting.
Like McCarthy, John Goodman could be mistaken for an official SNL player. Despite an unsuccessful audition to join the cast, Goodman went on to host 13 times and portrayed Linda Tripp throughout the Clinton-Lewinsky scandal. So far this century, Goodman's hosted 3 times. In Goodman's 2000 monologue, he addressed his struggles with alcoholism as well as his absence from the Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas.
I'm gonna stop drinking right after tonight's show. I'm going on the wagon. I promise you, brothers.
Good, man. We're proud of you, Jack.
Goodman hosted again in 2001, doing a spot-on Wilford Brimley impression, but took a hiatus of 12 years after that. Goodman delivered with his long-awaited homecoming, sharing a duet with Keenan, sharing a mouthful with Kate McKinnon, and sharing the stage with a few fellow snowflakes. He also brought the laughs as Drunker Uncle, although Goodman's been sober since 2007.
That's right. I got one more drink and 30 more nephews.
Number 10, Steve Martin.
As I stand on this stage, all I can think of is all the great people who have stood on this exact spot, and I think germs.
Steve Martin might very well be the best host in SNL history. While Martin has hosted 15 times overall, only 2 of those episodes aired in the past 20 years, hence why he's not even higher on this list. With both of these appearances, however, Martin reminded audiences why he's one of the all-time greats.
Alec Baldwin is hosting SNL tonight, and he's going to tie your record.
In 2006, Martin opened the show by defending his title from Alec Baldwin. Despite getting thrown out a window, Baldwin would eventually surpass Martin's record for most times hosting SNL. Maybe Martin would have hosted more times if Lorne Michaels had given him more money. When it comes to class, sarcasm, and timing, though, Martin will always be hard to top. Our one Christmas wish is that Martin hosts again soon.
Comedy equals time plus precision minus hope divided by puns plus wigs.
Number 9, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Some people say that Hollywood has made me rather soft. But these silly accusations make me rather cross.
The Rock is one of the biggest movie stars on the planet, but back in 2000, he was primarily known as a professional wrestler. Hosting SNL for the first time, Johnson demonstrated that he had real acting and comedic potential, which only became more apparent in the years to come. In between headlining numerous blockbusters, Johnson found the time to join the Five Timers Club. Over the years, his self-aware macho persona has been impeccably utilized in sketches like the gritty Bambi remake.
A Bambi.
Speaking of fake movies we desperately want to see, when is The Rock gonna star in Gosford Park 2 already? SNL has also provided a platform for one of Johnson's best characters, The Rock Obama. Could that be foreshadowing the Rock administration?
Now, no be alarmed. The Rock Obama, much like Barack Obama, only stronger and more impulsive.
Number 8, Adam Driver.
People think that I hate red carpet stuff, and I do, but it's just because I'm bad at smiling.
We all associate SNL with quality comedy, but Adam Driver proves that it can also be a great showcase for acting. Take Career Day, for example. If you didn't already know that Driver was hosting, you probably wouldn't recognize him under that decrepit makeup, devious voice, and domineering demeanor.
Feel this boy. Understand the pain. You think I was always the picture of strength that I am now?
Driver is just that talented of an actor. Whereas a lot of SNL hosts essentially play themselves in every sketch, Driver has transformed himself into a frustrated science professor, a Southern cheerleader coach, and a medieval times restaurant actor who takes his role a little too seriously. Of course, Kylo Ren is the most famous character in Driver's filmography, and he helped make undercover boss Starkiller Base one of the best Star Wars parodies ever.
This means something to me now.
Number 7, Dave Chappelle.
I know it's been a long time. It's been a long time, so please be patient.
Following a lengthy absence from the mainstream comedy scene, Dave Chappelle staged a comeback that culminated with an Emmy-winning SNL guest spot. Aside from bringing back several Chappelle Show characters, the episode was notable for airing the Saturday after Donald Trump won the 2016 U.S. presidential election. At an especially uncertain time, Chappelle made audiences laugh and think with his poignant monologue.
Why do we have to say that Black Lives Matter? Now, I admit that is not the best slogan, but McDonald's already took "You Deserve a Break" today.
The election night sketch featuring Chappelle and Chris Rock also perfectly captured the moment. Chappelle returned 4 years later on the same Saturday that many outlets officially declared that Joe Biden had defeated Trump in the 2020 election. In addition to politics, Chappelle provided clever commentary on COVID-19, race relations, and the state of America, again giving us exactly what we needed.
Remember when I was here 4 years ago? Remember how bad that felt? Remember that half the country right now still feels that way. Please remember that.
Number 6, Drew Barrymore.
And tonight, which is my 6th show, which means I've hosted more than any other woman in Saturday Night Live's history.
Barrymore hosted in 1982 at the ripe age of 7, and again in 1999 during her 20s. She's hosted on 4 additional occasions this century, bringing her total to 6. Becoming the second woman to host 5 times, Barrymore has more than left her mark on SNL. If that's not enough evidence, look no further than her priceless impressions of Sharon Osbourne.
Things started to happen in my yard. I would come home and the bushes would be shorter.
And fellow child star Abigail Breslin. As a side note, Barrymore approves of Chloe Fineman's spot-on impression of her. Outside of celebrity impersonations, Barrymore's vocal talents have given us original characters like Barbara Hernandez.
Is that the professors Virginia and Roger Clavin?
Oh, what a surprise!
It's our dear friend, Barbara Hernandez.
Yes.
Gilly has also met her Italian equal in Barrymore's Geely. This actress has come a long way since E.T., and apparently Star Wars and Poltergeist. Number 5, Christopher Walken.
In the movies, I never get a chance to do things like this. Sing, dance, do crazy make-em-ups.
Few hosts have given us a wider array of memorable SNL characters than Christopher Walken. There are recurring characters like the Continental, who we like to watch with a nice glass of champagne. Even characters who only appeared in one sketch have achieved legendary status. Walken's Bruce Dickinson delivered what might be the most quotable line in SNL history.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Then there's Colonel Angus, who's infamous for, well, his name speaks for itself. What makes Walken such a fun host is his unusual delivery, spinning the most basic lines into comedic gold. He's the kind of actor who can mess up on live television and still get a huge laugh. Several SNL members can do a good Walken impression, but nothing beats the real deal.
Wowie, wow, wow, wow.
Number 4, Justin Timberlake.
Gonna make myself comfortable. This is awkward.
After Justin Timberlake went solo, a lot of critics had a hard time getting past his boy band days. For many, it was Timberlake's appearances on SNL that finally won them over. On his way into the Five Timers Club, Timberlake proved he can not only sing, but deliver the laughs as well. The charismatic performer has developed a few unforgettable characters, such as the dancing mascot and Peg from Target. Of course, it's Timberlake's collaboration with Andy Samberg that solidified his status as an SNL star. What started as a song about a naughty Christmas present inspired a trilogy about motherly love and the golden rule of 3. Timberlake's won 4 Emmys for his work on SNL, 2 of which were for guest acting.
I'm not gonna sing tonight.
Number 3, Tina Fey.
I couldn't do any of this without my beloved husband, who for this performance only will be played by New York Jets quarterback Mark Sanchez.
Shortly after becoming the show's first female head writer, Tina Fey started getting in front of the camera as an SNL regular. So, when Fey returned to host in 2008, it was as if she had never left. Still, that didn't stop Steve Martin from giving her a few pointers. While Faye was best known for Weekend Update during her years as a cast member, hosting has given her the chance to really cut loose. She's played a teacher infatuated with Justin Bieber and a would-be Mean Girls cast member.
Tina Fey starring in the Mean Girls musical is going to be fetch. And it's not going to happen.
Faye's sporadic cameos as Sarah Palin have only added to her SNL legacy. There's only one thing better than Faye hosting alone. Faye hosting with her old Weekend Update co-anchor, Amy Poehler.
Sorry, we've been together for the past 2 months nonstop. We're at the point where we're finishing each other's human centipedes.
Number 2, Alec Baldwin.
Thank you, Christian Bale. Who has replaced me as the person most synonymous with recorded celebrity meltdown.
As of 2020, nobody has hosted SNL more times than Alec Baldwin, who's taken center stage on 17 occasions.
A lot of people make a big deal about the record. I don't really care about that. It's not a competition. Because if it was, I've won.
Baldwin shattered the record this century, and not even Steve Martin could stop him. He commemorated his 17th time with a trip down memory lane. And while Baldwin got visibly older since 1990, this actor ages like a fine wine. It's hard to top Pete Schweddy, but Baldwin has played plenty of memorable SNL characters these past 2 decades. He's gotten close with a couple of lovers, put a Christmas twist on his Glengarry Glen Ross character, and rocked out as the 4th Jonas brother. Even if you ignored all the episodes Baldwin hosted, his Emmy-winning turn as Donald Trump would still secure his SNL legacy.
Macho man. I've got to be a macho man.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Larry David. This host makes us feel the burn.
We need to unite and work together if we're all going to get through this. Sounds like socialism to me.
Donald Glover. Because, of course, Childish Gambino was born for SNL.
But it truly is an honor to be hosting SNL, instead of just auditioning for it, which I did twice. That's not a joke, I'm just still pissed.
Natalie Portman. Who knew Natalie was such a boss rapper?
Drink till I'm sick, bring it through, and pump nudges down the hall. Watch you laughing crowd, while I laugh you die.
Betty White. Arguably the best thing to come out of Facebook.
People say, but Betty, Facebook is a great way to connect with old friends. Well, at my age, if I want to connect with old friends, I need a Ouija board.
Eddie Murphy. A return. 35 years in the making.
Yeah, this is the last episode of 2019, but if you're black, this is the first episode since I left back in 1984.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Tom Hanks.
Magazine cover recently called me America's dad. And I would have preferred sexiest man alive, but I will take it.
This Oscar winner has hosted 10 times, and while only 3 of those episodes debuted this century, they contained many of his best bits. Some of them even rank up there with the funniest SNL sketches of the past 20 years. The one that immediately comes to mind is Haunted Elevator, which introduced the world to a new Halloween icon in David S. Pumpkins.
Any questions?
Hanks shined once again as an unlikely contestant on Black Jeopardy. Hanks was also the first host of SNL at Home, a fitting choice since he was one of the first household names to be diagnosed with COVID-19. It was comforting to see America's dad recovered and ready to make the world laugh during such a difficult time.
We are doing everything we can to make this feel like the SNL you know and love. I am even using cue cards, see? I am even using cue cards.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.